We have all these 50th year hip hop celebrations. I know.
Well,
is it really the 50th year of hip hop, or has everybody got the date wrong?
It depends on who you ask, but I will say one thing, one phrase: creation myth. In order for rap and hip hop culture to get accepted and talked about the way it is, you have to have a creation myth, so it's considered an actual real culture. So they picked the date August 11th, 1973. So we had this thing for hip hop all 2023. But if you ask other hip hoppers, they're gonna say actually shit didn't really kick off until 76 when the 12-inch vinyl comes out. Rap kind of kicks off because rap kind of really started as we know it between 76 and 77. Because think about it, hip hop starts in 1973. I was telling you in this car. Think about all the staple hip hop breaks, the staple hip hop songs, the DJ spin that B-boys go to the floor for. How many of those songs existed in 73? Not a lot. And the big sticking point is that the 12-inch single that DJs rely on to backspin and cut and use, because what you're going to do, use the LP, didn't come out until spring 1976. So hip hop is the culture we know it. I'd say more 76 to 73. And also I'd say that the big event that made it so hip hop became the culture it was is the Whole Avenue meeting after Black Benji gets killed. I think that happened in December 1971.
Who was Black Benji?
He was a member of the Ghetto Brothers. The murder of Black Benji starts the entire timeline of what happens with hip hop culture, because that peace treaty opens it up so that different neighborhoods in the Bronx, people can travel back and forth through, go from Bronx River Projects to here, to here, to here, and have events and have DJ spin and their security.
Wait, hip hop started with a murder and a treaty?
Sorta.
That's kind of crazy.
Well, I mean, yeah, sort of. I mean, if you go on YouTube and look up Whole Avenue Peace Meeting, 1971.
It makes sense. People having parties in neighborhoods and like letting everyone come to the party.
It happened before.
Well, even now, even today, which take hip hop out of it, there's still places, I'm sure, where like if you're having parties, you have to make sure that things are cleared before people come to these parties, because what's going to happen is murders.
This is how hip hop gets the crew. It's really a gang thing, the crew, right? Because if you're going to travel from your area to this area, now you got to remember, I have a device in my pocket. Your music had to be on records. You had to have crates. You had to have a full turntables. You had to carry turntables. You had your own sound system. Somebody got to carry that sound system. You're not going to go into a rival gang hood with all that shit without security, without a whole crew with you. So that's how the crews kind of happen in hip hop. You know, you have the rap group and you have the crew, you know? So they're the Lost Boys. There's the motherfuckers that rap in the Lost Boys. Yeah. And then there's the Lost Boys crew. You know?
You hear about them.
Yeah. So like this starts back in, with hip hop. So that idea isn't too far from, how we get to where we are.
And it's funny. I was listening to MC8 and Big Steel's podcast or a YouTube channel, and they were talking about the first time, because on the West Coast, we want to talk about crews. Mm-hmm. They got actual like gangs back then, and how nobody shouted out a gang on record until DJ Quick on, I don't remember.
Quick is the name?
That might have been it. Yeah.
So, I mean, because the wild part over there, too, is that when you think about like Compton, the people that put Compton on the map was like Compton Posse and Mixmaster Spade back in 86.
Yeah.
And between 86 and 88, they were doing that on record. Like King T, all these other guys were like really big on doing stuff for Compton, but it didn't explode until King T puts out Act the Fool. NWA puts out, NWA and the Posse, and then later Straight Outta Compton in 89. The album came out in February 89, not August 8th, 1988, you dumbasses.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, that's like numbers that are so ingrained with the beginning of hip hop. Mm-hmm. We're at 50 years now, like you said, and hip hop's changed a lot. Let's bring it a little more current. Like, is there anyone you're listening to now?